Welcome back, all my friends. We're here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we have an extended lesson. We're going to get a teaching called What is the Real World? We are going to be doing lesson number 291, and get ready because the love and the peace and the joy and the bliss are just going to keep amplifying as we approach the 300s and getting towards the end of our year together. So let's go ahead and jump in to what is the real world. The real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made. Your world is seen through eyes of fear, and brings the witnesses of terror to your mind. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses. So they see a world where terror is impossible and witnesses to fear cannot be found. The real world holds a counterpart for each unhappy thought reflected in your world, a sure correction for the sights of fear and sounds of battle which your world contains. The real world shows a world seen differently, through quiet eyes with a mind at peace. Nothing but rest is here. There are no cries of pain and sorrow heard, for nothing there remains outside forgiveness, and the sights are gentle. Only happy sights and sounds can reach the mind that has forgiven itself. Mic drop moment, Jesus. What need has such a mind for thoughts of death, attack, and murder? What can it perceive surrounding it but safety, love, and joy? What is there it would choose to be condemned, and what is there it would judge against? The world it sees arises from a mind at peace within itself. No danger lurks in anything it sees, for it is kind, and only kindness does it look upon. The real world is a symbol that the dream of sin and guilt is over, and God's Son no longer sleeps. His waking eyes perceive the sure reflection of his Father's love, the certain promise that he is redeemed. The real world signifies the end of time, for its perception makes time purposeless. Woohoo! The Holy Spirit has no need of time when it has served his purpose. Now he waits but that one instant more for God to take his final step, and time has disappeared, taking perception with it as it goes, and leaving but the truth to be itself. That instant is our goal, for it contains the memory of God. And as we look upon a world forgiven, it is he who calls to us and comes to take us home, reminding us of our identity, which our forgiveness has restored to us. What is the real world? So I think that is a really beautiful definition of the real world, whereas before the real world was kind of, well, I guess like the world was seen as a bit of a dodgy place, but the real world, so it feels like this is where our minds have been healed and we are operating from a place of forgiveness rather than the ego's thought system. Yeah, it's like we can experience things in the body and feel all of those peaceful, inner calm waters feelings and still be wherever we are because we're no longer controlled by an out of alignment mind. So that feels pretty good, Gerd, real world. All right, so lesson 291. This is a day of stillness and peace. Christ's vision looks through me today. His sight shows me all things forgiven and at peace, and offers the same vision to the world. And I accept this vision in its name, both for myself and for the world as well. What loveliness we look upon today. What holiness we see surrounding us. And it is given to us to recognize it is a holiness in which we share. It is the holiness of God himself. This day my mind is quiet to receive the thoughts you offer me, and I accept what comes from you instead of from myself. I do not know the way to you, But you are wholly certain. Father, guide your Son along the quiet path that leads to you. Let my forgiveness be complete, and let the memory of you return to me. This is a day of stillness and of peace. So a lot is going to be happening for me over the next 7 days. I'm going through something called an integration period after the shamanic de-armoring sacred sexuality retreat that I attended, this 2-week-long intensive that I just completed. So over the next 6 days now, there's an expectation for me to be kind of like settling into this new de-armored body, and that some things in life could be shifting for me and being shaken up and things of that nature. So I'm just gonna pull in as much of the peace of God into my being and allowing myself to integrate the experiences I've had and all the things that are happening to me for me over this short period. And I think that my integration time could also be integration time for you as you're going through these higher lessons. Like, I feel like we're all together, we're all in a transformational period, and all of the energies that are part of that, I think that we're sharing in right now. So happy integration to you too, and I hope that you have tremendous peace and that the lessons come to you quickly and you remain nice and calm and still and just kind of observe what's happening around you. All right, let's see what a year of forgiveness has to say about this is a day of stillness and peace. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. We want you to relish those days of stillness and peace, and we want you to watch the mind try to fabricate something to do. There will be many opportunities for you in this training program to be at peace all day long, without entertainments, without errands to run, and without projects to occupy your mind and your time. We ask you to become more and more used to this stillness, understanding that to be at peace and in stillness is a wonderful gift. There is nothing lacking there. An opening happens in the consciousness when the mind can be completely at peace. Now, it does not happen in the first minutes. It does not happen in the first day. It does not happen in the first few days. But the more days that you can string together in this inordinate peace, the clearer your mind will become, and the more reduced the static will be between higher frequency communications and you. That is what this being, Tina, did. She practiced being still. She practiced focusing her mind. She practiced her forgiveness work diligently and at times relentlessly, insisting that her mind return to a peaceful state without agitation and resentment. And it was that determinedness that brought about the transformation of her body-mind in such a way that she was able to connect with higher guidance. This is not going to happen to all of you in this form, fear not. You are not all going to be required to do this kind of work. We didn't sign up for that. This kind of work, channeling, was designed specifically for beings such as Tina. You will have guidance. You will have strong guidance. However, you must first become used to stillness and not see it as a lack of anything. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. This is a day of stillness and peace. All right, everyone. Well, happy stillness and peace day to you. I will be feeling into that myself, listening, being quiet, letting space go in between, and just enjoying the ride, enjoying this experience. Lots of love to all of you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.